The Fijian Drua and Moana Pasifika are chasing a top 8 finish in the 2024 Super Rugby Pacific competition. But 3 years into the series, there are more questions than answers for both franchise teams. RNZ Pacific senior sports journalist Eliesa Tora has the story.
Moana Pasifika has more than just fighting to get into the top 8 as their challenge. Made up of Samoan and Tongan players, Chief Executive Officer Pelnato Sakalia says despite the team's wishes to be based in their own turf, it isn't feasible.
For the foreseeable future, until such time as the infrastructure is there to support a professional team, it's just not feasible, to have a franchise based there. That doesn't mean that we don't want to. It's just the practical realities of what's required to have a super team, what's required to support a team.
Sakalia says taking games to the Pacific region and getting future games to Apia and Nuku'alofa will be tough, with the economics of doing that being the biggest hurdle.
Moana Pasifika is very committed to playing games in the Pacific, but there is a cold, hard economic reality to these things. Taking games to the Pacific is really an expensive affair. So Moana Pasifika will continue to work really closely with all the partners to see how we can come up with a more effective economic model that will enable us to play the games in Tonga and Samoa.
Team head coach Fa'alongo Tanaumanga knows the challenge, but is keeping the team's focus on Friday night's round 13 clash against the Hurricanes in the New Zealand capital.
Ever the optimistic, I felt we could be in the race for the top 8, and we are. So we're running to plan at the minute. Obviously, we would have liked to pick up a few more wins, but it wasn't to be. So we've left our run a little bit late, but we're still in the race. That's all we can ask at the minute, and we just got to make sure that we're looking at ourselves about what we can do better, how we can be better, and our players they're motivated to do that. That's all we can ask, and then we just got to go out and perform.
Meanwhile, former Fiji Rugby Union coaching director Frank Boivert believes the Fijian Drua has become too predictable. He says the side must work on changing their game and utilize their counter-attacking abilities against their next 3 opponents if they want to secure a top 8 finish.
You need to have a pattern. That is, you need to have the player who's receiving the ball. He needs to know where the space is and where are his teammates. Fijian players are fantastic counter-attackers. So therefore, you must capitalize on that and take advantage of those fantastic qualities.
Drua head coach Mick Byrne believes the battle will be tough against the Reds team who they face in Suva on Saturday afternoon.
Good side. They're a physical side. Their defence is very good. They come hard at you and they put a lot of pressure on the ball at the breakdown, both in the air and on the ground. And we just need to, if we're going to get our game going, we're going to have to be very physical around our breakdown. We're going to have to look after the ball. And we'll get quick ball and we'll move around and we'll try and move the Reds pack around.
Both teams will need to win their remaining matches to consolidate their spots, with challenge for the 7th and 8th spots coming from the Western Force, the Highlanders and the Crusaders.